the state road in Bungoma. I sat with him, but because we couldn't speak well, there were so many people around there. He told me, "I'll go with you at home after the church service that we are going at Bungoma. I'm going to my home in Koidel. So I'll go with you so that we can have a discussion." So I went and started with him. You know, he could tell me, you know, your man is a bully. Your man wants to take over from me. Your man, you know, many things. You know, he kept telling me many things that you know. I was asking him, what has he really done, so that I can go and tell him that you have done this and the president is unhappy about this. No, I heard from so and so. No, I heard from so and so. No, I heard from so and so. But he told me, but since I'm the one who proposed regard to me, my deputy, I'll go and look for him and we'll sit and speak about it. So when the impeachment came and he called me to State House and he was telling me, you have to help me because now our relationship with Rigathi is I can't put it up. I can't put up with him. I told him, there's no way. Then you tell me now. After he told me that you go and sit down with him, you should have then told us that you have tried speaking to him and things are not working out. And what becomes of the project that he's been speaking about? You have sabotaged his program on agriculture, issues to do with coffee, tea, the ones that he's doing. You have removed the budget from his office. You have sabotaged issues to do with development, issues to do with Mau Mau Road, issues to do with especially projects that are touching on the region of Mount Kenya. Number three, you are removing people from positions of leadership, especially people who are from our region. So it is very targeted. And then he said that I'm very tribal. Just go, I'll talk to you, but you people are very tribal. You don't love me because I'm not a Kikuyu like you, and you know many things. But long and short, we came to voting. He kept calling me, by the way, when we were voting in Parliament. I was sitting there. He was calling me, and I mean, I didn't want to pick his call because I had made my mind that I will stick with the Gachagua. In fact, I had made a decision in my heart. One day, when we were speaking, he told me, you know, I told him, many people in the Senate will not support this impeachment because I know and I'm speaking to them and they can't sanction this particular. Don't even start it because it will fail. And he told me, everybody has a price. If you have the money, you have the senators. That thing, I kept it in my heart. I told myself, I'll prove to you, William Ruto, that not everybody has a price. If it will be just one person who give Rigathi Gachagua his vote, it will be me. Fortunately, I was not alone. We were 14 of us. But our team keeps growing. He keeps trying to intimidate us with many issues. And there are many issues that we have disagreed with him. We wanted to give him time, the first year, the second year, and he cannot say that we didn't give him time. There are some people who are accusing us of taking our community or driving our community away from government. That cannot be true. We have actually been removed from government. We have not left government. I was chairman committee on water. I didn't resign from being chairman committee on water. I was removed from that particular committee. In fact, I was very popular within my members, and they knew that if they retained me in that committee, I would be elected. What they did is that they removed me from that committee. They discharged me completely from that committee, such that I cannot participate in the election of that committee. And they put me in a committee, in another committee, committee on ECDE, you know. And I was joking last weekend. I was telling people, William Ruto thought that by taking me to the committee on ECD, I'll cry. In fact, I am happy. My own children are ECD students, so at least I can do policies that will help not only my children, but the people and parents who have children or the children of my age. We have to try, and this is the clarion call that we have as a team. We have to try and liberate our own country. We have to liberate our community, both economically and politically. There are two things that we have to liberate our people from. We have to get them economic freedom, and we have to get them political freedom. And these are things that I'm sure we shall keep speaking about in our discussion. I think that explanation is sufficient to tell you whom the person John Methu is. Quite mysterious, but easy to understand.
All right. I think now the team, they know the reason why you cannot shave or you're not going to shave anytime soon. So I'll hand over to Wanja so that she can take us to the next step. Wanja?
Thank you, Mheshimiwa, for that introduction and getting us to how we got where we are today. I think you have really done a good job, and also giving us a flashback of those firestorm moments. I think most of us, you came in the limelight during those firestorm moments, especially during the impeachment, and your speech and your courage, to do what was maybe to many that didn't seem obvious. It speaks volume of your unwavering commitment to integrity. Because we know in a political environment where loyalty to party and leadership is often prioritized, your decision reflected a lot of courage, especially stepping away from that alliance to uphold what is right. That is remarkable. Maybe before we get into the real, talk to us. Another firestorm moment that we have seen you is when you strongly advocated against the forced disappearances, the abductions. We saw you speak very strongly. You took a bold stand by petitioning the Senator, Amason Kingi, to convene a special sitting to address the rising enforced abductions. Before we get into the real matter, please talk to us. And we love that moment. You're passionate. We saw what happened. Speak to us, please.
Before Senator speaks, Wanja, just go flashback a little bit. Do you mind introducing the diaspora team, the diaspora to the people here, because there are people who are wondering who these are, what, just 30 seconds. Sorry for that.
You want me to introduce the diaspora?
Diaspora, the reason why we decided we want Wamonyoro, or just other.
Okay. So for those of you maybe who have not been following us or have not caught up with where we are, or somebody is asking, is it possible to see you? Yes, it's possible. Sometimes I'm putting off because the camera seems to be slugging my internet, but I'll try to stay on. So a month ago, actually it was on the 25th, we set on a journey, on a mission to go to Amonyoro. Nobody sent us. And we like to say that because diaspora, we are always quick to ask somebody, nani alikuwa wameotuma? On whose behalf were you speaking for? So a group of friends, not even friends, some of us we just met on social media, started engaging in conversation, the state of the nation. We were there in 2022, we were there in 2017, but this doesn't seem normal, the current state of our country. So we started talking and we asked Gikonyo, how can we get a hold of Rig G? We just go and visit him. Because diaspora, we are very fond of sitting on the fence more often, and we like to come at the end when the elections have happened, the polls have taken place, and then we whine. We like to whine, and I include myself there, that, we were ignored, we stand. So we said, can we start this journey with one of these people that is Rick G, that we seem to resonate with? So Gikonyo was able to get us an appointment with HE, and we had a very, very good moment, just like Senator Methu has said, all day. I think from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., we were at Wamonyoro, and we had very fruitful engagement. And like I said in the beginning, tulikuwa tumejituma, just a group of us who are here. There's Jeff, there's Pauline, there's Ann Mwai, there's DK, there's Karudu, there's Gikonyo. I don't know who else I left. There was Margaret Mwangi, there was Wamboi Geshoke, and many more. And they'll speak and they will tell you. So what came out of that meeting, we did ask the question, like, what can we do to be part of this process? Because we are passionate. We want to make sure Kasongo must go. Just from, apart from just singing that phrase, we want to participate. And we were given the task, and we took the task to come and talk to diaspora people, to come and try mobilize the diaspora people. And Hechi did say he's often willing to come and speak to the people. He's often his people, Methu, Karungo, Gachagua, they are open to come and speak to the diaspora and explain the reason why and why the choice of Rig G. So that is why we are here, so that we can ask the questions, we can hear from the very key supporters of HE himself, and share the vision that they have for our country. Where do we go from here? We can see where we are as a country. How do we make the next steps? And what is there for us as diaspora in terms of participation? So we thought it would be good idea for us to start from the beginning. We don't want come after 2027 to start asking what is there for diaspora. Are we ready for the challenge? Are we ready to work with our HE and see what part can we play in this process? Basically, that is where we are, and we are always having meetings weekly to brainstorm. And one of the key challenges right now, and I'm sure Senator Methu is going to talk about, is we committed ourselves to help HE and his team to launch the party with resources, with skills, with expertise. That is one area we committed. And the party, I'm sure Methu will give us updates on that. It requires a lot of resources. And we as diaspora, the few people who are there, we came back and started inviting our friends, come, let us join this conversation. And most people have bought into that conversation. And Senator Methu is going to pick it up from there. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Ikonyo and Wanja, for also that background. And as we speak about abductions, I think if you allow me, I would want to take it in a round in something that I would want to call political intolerance, and lay a small background as to how we got ourselves to the issue of abductions. After William Ruto became president of the Republic of Kenya, he came with quite some radical changes in terms of his governance, and more specifically in the tax regime that we have as a country. So in the 2023 budget, the Finance Committee passed our first finance bill, which had very far-reaching matters in terms of the kind of the tax regime that we have, the kind of money that the people of Kenya will be paying. That is what we called, or we continue calling, the reading of the pay slip. It started with the 2023 finance bill. And by the way, many people would want to ask Senator Methu, why didn't you speak in 2023 when we were passing the 2023-2024 finance bill? Why did you speak in 2024? There are two things that made me not, or made some of us believe that William Ruto meant well for this country. You see, when we were introducing when we were passing the bills that gave birth to Chief and Cha, we did that in Turkana. I was in Parliament, and the kind of presentation that we got from the Ministry of Health is that health will be very, very affordable to the people of Kenya. In fact, the argument was, if I was to pay 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 more, and then I can walk into any government hospital and get the services, I would rather do that, because I'll use that money anyway if I go to hospital and I don't get good medical care. So the kind of medical care that was prescribed in the two bills that, or in the four bills that we passed at the Senate, we thought that now something like health will be so affordable. You will not have you will not even have to go to a private facility like it is happening now. In fact, we are being told in Bunge, it will not be fashionable to go to a private facility. And you know, we are given very many examples. If you're looking for a very good high school in Kenya, you don't even go for the private high schools that we have in Kenya. You go to Lenana, you go to Alliance, you go to Mangu, you go to Kenya High, you go to Nakuru High, where I was, you go to Kamuzinga, you go to Butere, Kisumu Boys. All those are public institutions, and everybody wants to take their kid to those particular schools, and they're public institutions. So we actually believe that we can get good services at JM Karaoke Hospital rather than go to a private hospital. We can go get very good services at Nyahururu Hospital rather than going to the dispensaries and what have you. So that is one reason why we actually supported. I know this rallying call had even come with Kibaki when he came to power in 2002. You remember his rallying call that time was tulipe ushuru tujitegemee. So we thought that we have now our own Kibaki. Tulipe ushuru tujitegemee. So that is one thing number one. Thing number two, President William Ruto, when he joined, when he became president, he was really anti increasing our public debt. He kept saying that we have to pay our own taxes so that we don't take loans from China, we don't take loans from the United States, or even our own domestic loans. So we actually thought that the deficit that we have in our budget, we can try and match it up if we are able to pay our taxes very faithfully. In fact, the people of Kenya, they were not complaining that time because they knew that we shall pay these taxes, yes, painfully, yes, but we are correcting a mess that has been left by the immediate former government, and also the quality of life will be better because if you're able to get the good health care, education will become affordable. I mean, why not pay 2, 3, 4, 5,000 more on the matters that we are being told about the housing levy? You know, the initial thing is that the housing levy was a saving. That is the explanation that was given to the people of Kenya when the housing levy started. That this is your money anyway. It's only that you are putting it in a pool, and we are using it to build the houses so that we can cure two issues. One, issue on unemployment, and issue number two, the issue on housing. But since it is my money anyway, I will still get that money when I'm buying that house. What is the problem? The government is not using my money. It is my money anyway. These things kept changing down the road. They kept changing as we, as the government went on working, things kept changing. And that is where the people of Kenya felt that now it's become now too much. The people of Kenya now, their awareness, and they started seeing through the lenses that this government does not mean well for us. So people started now complaining. People started saying, no, we can't allow this. People started saying, no, this we can't allow. When the Finance Bill 2024-2025 came, that is what broke the camel's back. The people said, no, this one we have read it, we don't want it, it does not mean well for our people. And I think President William Ruto does not take criticism, or he does not take no for an answer. That is why he is very furious about all of us who have said no to his autocracies. That is why he has to hound regarding Gachagua out of office, even on a hospital bed. He can't take no for an answer. It is his way or the highway. So when the people started complaining, he devised very crude ways of dealing with his own people, the people of Kenya. Forceful abductions. That is something that was never had in post-1992 democracy. Even more, the way he was dealing with matters after 1992, there were no assassinations and what have you. But he decided that the way to quiet and quell the noises that are coming from the people, and the way to sell fear, if I was to say it that way, is by possibly abducting those who are seen to be very, very open critics of his government, bloggers, the youth, the Gen Zs, millennials, people who seem now to tell him no, we can't take this leadership anymore, and we had to call it out. When you read the story about Muturi, the immediate former CS for Public Service and the immediate former Attorney General, it tells you that the syndicate of abductions was sanctioned directly by the President of the Republic of Kenya. When I wrote a letter to him asking him to resign, I told him that he cannot escape, he cannot run away from this issue from this issue of abductions, because if the Director General of NIS could not help Muturi, if the Inspector General of Police could not help Muturi, if the PS of Internal Security could not help Muturi, if the Director of Military Intelligence could not help Muturi, who was then the Attorney General, and he had to take himself to the president himself. And when he spoke to the president, his son was released. How then would William Ruto not say that he's not the one that was sanctioning, go and arrest this person, go arrest that person? Simple people who are even doing cartoons, just a cartoon. You even saw that yesterday somebody was freed because he said that William Ruto is a one-time senator, is a one-time president. So his intolerance is at another level. He started it with the people who are his critics. Then after the impeachment, he devised, he continued trying to stop and silence those of us who are critics of this government. You all know that the kind of violence that was meted on His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President, at the remove was not meant to scare him. It was meant to assassinate him. He was meant to be sent to Zion. It's only that, I think God's time, or rather God took care of him. Otherwise, the kind of crude weapons that were being used on that particular funeral, and you could actually tell the Deputy President and the dignitaries, they are seated on this side. The Member of Parliament is seated in a corner, and he's in constant communication with people. All of a sudden, goons from nowhere, they storm the meeting and they start beating people, and they ran straight to the car that was carrying the Deputy President. Had he not had private security, I'm not sure the story that we are giving today would be the same story. After it, the people who are called to write statements is not the Member of Parliament who are seated with the people who attacked the Deputy President. It is the allies of the Deputy President. Why? Because they want to silence everybody. They want to cower all of us so that we can't speak. In fact, you see me, I was not in that funeral at Rimuru, but the DCIO or the DCI invited me to go and write a statement at Nyeri. I was at Nyeri from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. I was asking them, I was not in that particular funeral. What do you want me to say about that particular funeral? What information do you think I have about that particular funeral? But then when it's 7 p.m., they'll tell you, it's okay. You go home. If we need more evidence, we'll call you. So you actually tell that the reason why they are keeping you from 7 to 7 is to try and break your spirit, to try and keep you in solitary confinement. That is actually detention without trial, because I was there without my phone, without talking to the outside world. A whole 12 hours. Nobody. I mean, I'm only speaking to my advocate. Nothing more. There's no evidence that they collected from me. There's no evidence that they collected from Senator Karungo Thang. There's no evidence they collected from Gathoni wa Mushomba. There's no evidence that they collected from the former Member of Parliament for Rimuru, Mwali. We were called to the DCI again in Nairobi. The same story, 7 to 7. After 7, we are told go home. So you actually tell that the plan was not to have us write statements. The plan was to keep us there so that they can try and break our spirit. We went for a Thanksgiving ceremony at a place called Chamata in Nyandarua. That is where Wanja was saying that a tear gas was thrown at me and I didn't run away. I got very, very furious. I got very angry. I couldn't run away. I said, if William Ruto want to kill me, I would die like Kimathi. Kimathi surely said, you'd rather die on your feet rather than rather than live on your knees. We can't worship William Ruto. We can't worship William Ruto. We can't say that now he has really pushed us so much. So it's okay. What to come breaks? No, we shall have to fight on, because had our old people Mau given up, we will not have a country. You people are the diaspora. You are products of the independence that we got from the Mau people. So that's why we have to keep fighting. So there's issue number 1, abduction. Issue number 2, the violence, targeted violence, especially in our meetings. You saw it in Rimuru. You saw it in Chamata. And just recently, they went to church, a church in Nairobi, PCA church in Mweki. And goons are right inside the church compound. Right inside the church compound. The police are there, they are doing nothing. The police are there, they can't even arrest. Everybody, the faces of the goons are being seen, because these days, people are techno-savvy. Videos are being taken, so you can be able to tell this is so and so, this is so and so, this is so and so. But no arrests have been made now. So you actually know that the goons are working in cahoot with the police. So violence targeted, especially on those of us who are being seen to have alternative voices. the use of criminal justice system being called the DCI, you know, police harassment, our aids that we were given by, you know, as part of the stuff that we are supposed to get as members of parliament, they're withdrawn. You are given others, withdrawn, given others. Like in like a span of say 2 months, you have like 7 aids, all who have one role and responsibility to follow and listen to what you are saying. Actually, these days we are using the blood of Jesus as our security. Because I mean, there's no way they can keep changing our security people, and we expect that they are bringing us very good people. So we have had to call out these particular autocracies that have been made by President William Ruto, and I have been a very serious critic because it does not matter whether it is a person from ODM, whether it's a person from whichever side. You see, we always say that we also don't agree with the people who support William Ruto. We have the opportunity to also organize goons to go and attack their meetings, but we choose not to. Let them give their story. We shall give our story. Then the people of Kenya can make a decision. You can't force people to love you. You know, there's no way that you can say that you have to love me by force, by fire. There is no that mechanism of forcing people to love you. Even us who support Rigathi Gachagua, we have no mechanism of forcing the people of Kenya to love Rigathi Gachagua or love our formation. We only speak to them. We persuade them. If they resonate with you know, with the way we think, with the way we operate, then they will automatically join us. If they don't, we will be fine. So I think that is a much that I can say, especially on political intolerance.
Thank you, Senator. You actually even the next thing I was going to ask is about the, you know, the sponsored chaos, and you did also touch on that. I'm just going to give one person from the group to respond because I know you have touched on a lot of things that are very dear to these people. So to make it more interactive, any reaction, any response, just one person, then we can go to the next question. You can raise your hand, please, if you want to respond to any of the issues that Senator has eloquently articulated. Please raise your hand. I'm looking. And you unmute yourself. All right. I hope I'm not crossing anyone. Going. Do you have anybody who wants to respond? Has a question? Yes, Stephen Obo. Stephen, go ahead, please. Oboga. I see your name.
Thank you, Mother Zawanja. I am so happy to meet Honorable Methu. I'm actually one of those people who enjoy his articulation, the way he is very passionate in sending Ruto, the so-called Kasongo home. One of the things I think I'm so much, I'm a student from the University of Maryland. I represent quite a number of students who are actually in the camp of Waminyoro. They wish they would have even reached there to show support for our leader. He has just woken up a certain political thing that has not been there, the conmanship. The issue of the conmanship in politics has to end at this time. Senator Methu, I wake up every actually at the middle of the night to watch Citizen. The way whenever you are there, I must attend because I know you articulate things from the common Mwananchi perspective, and that's one of the things I must commend you people who are following the villager, the person, that passionate thing of talking about the villager, the coffee, the tea. That's what's affecting us. One of the things is that Senator Methu, I wanted us to look at is that we are so hopeful of the team that Gachagua and his team and these people are putting together. The only worry we have is that, are we going to fight to the end? Are our leaders going to sacrifice for one another? Is our leader passionately going to say, finally, I want to support one of us? Because that's where we have the problem. Our opposition come together with fire. They take us through this kind of psychological mobilization. We get mobilized, and then at the last minute, we see one of them bolting out, and then another one bolts out, another one bolts out. When we have already even supported financially, we have supported in all the ways, and we find ourselves broken down. I want one of those things to be addressed. Is our team one to the end? Because I belong to the team, I come from Kisii. I am passionate about the change that Gachagua is going to bring. One of the thing is I'm a teacher by profession. My payslip was raided. I can speak from the bottom of my heart. I left Kenya for my studies in the US, but my payslip was badly mutilated. I don't think I am surviving to teach my children at home, yet I'm a teacher, because my payslip does not have anything inside there. That's one of the things that I must support Gachagua to the last coin. Even if I'm a student here, I'm leading a group of students. I'm a leader of behind a certain group of a group of students. Senator Methu, we want to see Gachagua and tell him on the face, we want the opposition to sacrifice. This time we must get it right.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's take one more from Lucy Mashira, and then Senator will be able to respond to that. Then we can go back to our questions. Thank you, Stephen, for that. Lucy.
Okay. How are you?
Very well.
Yeah, thank you, my senator, for coming in. My name is Lucy Muchira. I come from Kirinyaga, and I am happy to have you here in this forum. My worry and what makes me feel traumatized so much when I think about our country, Kenya. We are working so hard from diaspora to see our country change. But unfortunately, we worked so hard for William Samoei Ruto. Even we went on our knees and prayed, fasted for him to win. Kwa sababu alikuwa ni mtoto wa maskini, and we thought he's gonna perform like Kibaki. Senator Methu, you are young. We have seen a president in both Burkina Faso. That young man. Today I was able to watch most of the youngest presidents in the world. Those are the people who are performing. So can you tell us the poor performance in our country? Is it because of the age? Is it because of ignorance, or what? Another thing is that when we compare Central Province, we have seen our MPs who are doing very well in terms of using their CDF well. As we compare with other, with other provinces, we used to call them provinces by then. So for us to have a unified Kenya, because even those children who are learning under the trees are ours, what are you going to do to them as we fight for one unity or united Kenya? We are not going only to concentrate on the matters of the mountain. Tell our MPs we are happy about them, but we are not going to condone the sellout. Those people who are changing. We like the way you are consistent. We know you are with Wamunyoro and you mean good to our country. But people like those who are changing their tunes now and then, we are not with them. But as we fight, think about people, because here we are a group. I can see we have people from different religions, from Rift Valley, from Bigoma, from everywhere. Let us think about development of everybody. Tell us, is age affecting leadership in Kenya? Is greedy leadership whereby somebody wants to take everything to himself and leave us suffer? How are we going to solve that problem? God bless you, my senator.
Senator, you can respond to those two, then we can go back to the moderating. Thank you.
I think allow me. I think the easiest question that I would want to answer is the one that has been asked by Mwalimu Stephen Ombogo Moredi. That is a very simple question as to whether we shall backslide. The way I would want to answer, I think we are already past that Rubicon, in my opinion. The match that we have lost already, the sacrifices that we have made, the offers that have been made to us by President William Ruto. If we were to backslide, I think the time to backslide should have not been now. It would be in the past. Why would you think a young man of my age would not take 20 million to just impeach one person? He would have gone home anyway. The votes were already enough. You know, they didn't require an entire 53 votes. They required I think 36 or 39. They actually required 39. So whether I was to vote for Gachagua or not, he was going home anyway. Why did I choose not to take that 20 million? And the other colleagues who are there. That is point number one. Point number two, I've been a chairman of a committee, a very lucrative position, extremely lucrative. Well, and I knew that decision that I'm making of standing with Gachagua, I would lose that particular position. But I allowed it to go anyway. I said, it's okay. So many privileges have gone. Up to until yesterday, I didn't know that I was traveling business because I was the chairman of a committee. Now I have to travel economy, and it's okay, no problem. I have no problem because I mean most Kenyans are. It's just a taste of what most Kenyans go through. Just recently, and I don't think I have shared this information with anybody because I never thought it is important. Maybe I think only a few, either my family and a few other people. William Ruto sent somebody to come and talk to me because, as I've told you, that I had a deep relationship with William Ruto. He used to call me many times. My friends know that, even my wife knows that it was not a wonder to just see that early in the morning, President William Ruto is calling me and he's telling me, "Where, jana uko wapi? Ninataka twende na wewe unipeleka Naivasha. Uko wapi? Nataka twende mahali fulani Kenya. Uko wapi?" So, I mean, I've gone to all his homes. I have been to Koiler, I have been to Kirigoris, I have been to Sugoi. I've been to State House. I mean, not once, not twice. So it's a person that my children were calling Kuka. You know, when he's calling me at home, where is Jerry? And they're talking to him. So it's not a person that it's not a privilege that anybody would want to be a friend of the president. Many doors would unlock when they are a friend of the president. Number three, just recently, so he sent somebody and he told that person, go to talk to that young man. Ask him why he does not pick my calls, because he has called me like thrice or 4 times since we departed. So every time he sees a video of something that I've done, he will send it in my own inbox and occasionally try to call me. Go tell that young man to remember where we have come from, and he should pick my calls. And if he can think about it, if he's okay with that, can come and serve with me in government in the portfolio of a minister. You all know that we only have 22 ministers. I'm a young person. I would feel very good to be flying the national flag as a minister. It is not an offer that anybody would refuse. But looking at the person who is calling me so that we can serve together, thinking about the betrayal that I would have betrayed our people for my own personal gain. My people, you all know that if I wanted like 100 million from William Ruto today, I would get it. If I wanted like 50 million today, I just need to call him and tell him now, I'm leaving the Itungati sect. I am now want to come and join your team so that we can. I mean, I can work with you. I'm sure he would be so happy. He would be so happy. His people keep asking me, where did you run away? How did you get out of the rail? And many other things. So if it was backsliding, the time to backslide would not have been now. Would have backslided a long time ago. If there's one person who will fight this matter to the dead conclusion, it does not matter who will leave us. If the members of parliament that we are with will leave us, it's okay. If even our principals, some would be bought along the way because William Ruto is transactionally, if he thinks that he can buy so and so, it's okay. But if there's one person that at least I know and I can speak about, I know that that person does not have a price. At least I can speak for him. One person, because I know him very well since 1991. I have known him. It is me, John Methu. At least I know that I don't have a price. William Ruto has another like 55 million Kenyans to speak to. So if you think I may leave this movement along the way, maybe the other people and Pole too, we get to know each other. For Madam Lucy Muchira, who thinks that maybe age is a problem, I don't think so, because in that Senate, I am the youngest, the least experienced. So the person who is supposed to be making mistakes is me. But look at what has happened. The people who are misleading us are Kina Oburu Odinga, 84 years of age. So if you think that if age was really anything that meant anything, Oburu Odinga would have known that William Ruto is putting this country in a hole. and he will not be the people who will be misleading the country. There's no way that, and even resources, don't even think that money is something that can make somebody and say, we elect so and so because he has money, so he'll be able to think well. We have billionaires in the Senate. You all know that Professor Ojenda is a billionaire. And these are not people, and they are professors of law. They are very knowledgeable. They are, they are not as learned as I am. I'm not as learned as they are. I'm not even half as learned as they are. Not even a quarter learned as they are. I don't have the money that they have. I was telling Tabitha Keroche when we were with her on Girimbi. I don't even have an eighth of a quarter of an eighth of the wealth that she has. But for her, 5 million is something that, or 3 million is something that will make her go and vote against a person of their own blood. And I choose not to take that money. So it's not age, it's not money. I think it's that diagnosis that you made on greed. Greed is also a very major component and contributor of where we are as a country. Because tell me, why do you think that William Ruto's hand is in every sector? You go to housing, he's there. You go to, he used to do with health, his hand is there. In transport, his hand is there. In banking, his hand is there. Everywhere in the Republic, land grabbing is there. Abductions is there. Everywhere. Why would you think that anybody would require the kind of wealth that William Ruto is amassing now? Why would you want, money in billions? What does William Ruto have? He has already gotten the highest civilian honor. Why would he want to defraud the people of Kenya? Take every coin. It does not matter. At least I wish he was to spare the money for SHA, because at least that one is for the sick. You can steal from everybody. Maybe housing levy, you can steal from people, it's okay, because there are people who are working. But even the sick, then that makes you that tells you that greed is a major disease that is bedeviling our country.
Thank you, Senator. So the next question, which lies in the core of the agenda of this meeting, is on the choice of Rig G. And Senator, we see you, we hear you with great conviction and clarity in support of HE Rigathi Gachagua. Please speak to us more about this choice and why you align yourself with him, and what is it about his leadership that resonates with you? Tell us more about the choice of Rig G. If anybody here has any doubt, maybe clear that doubt. Most of us here are for Rig G, but tell us about that choice, the man Rig G, and his vision, please.
I think I don't think I would want to really dwell on that particular area, for just the simple reason. Rig G is a known man. His operations are known. You all know how he speaks. You all know what he stands for. And the only thing that maybe I would want to clear the air is the accusation that the president was making against Rig G, that he asked for 10 billion. Either he gets 10 billion or I don't know what. What was the alternative? I wanted to know what would be the alternative. If he doesn't get the 10 billion, then what? Because the president, when he was at Sagana, he was accusing Rigathi Gachagua of asking for 10 billion. And I think there are two very pertinent questions that if you ever get an opportunity of getting Kasongo or his people, you need to ask. One, what was the alternative? If he was asking for 10 billion, you say, you either give me 10 billion or I'll do what? What was he to do? He's just a principal assistant. There's nothing else that he was doing. That is number one. Number two, now that the president didn't give Rig G the 10 billion, why have we not seen the 10 billion working in our counties? Because 10 billion is not little money. That money would have been diverted to other programs. You would have come to Nyandaro and told us, of the 10 billion that Rig G was asking for, I picked the 500 million and it's the one that I'm using to do this project, or is the one that I'm using to do that particular kind of a thing. And maybe thing number three, you all know that Rig G doesn't mince his words. He doesn't mince his words. He says the things as they are. He speaks straight. He shoots straight. That is why I love him as a leader. I don't want to follow. I'm not a coward, and I would not want to follow a coward. I am not a person who says things for political expediency, and I don't want to follow a leader who says things for political expediency. If he says that payslips have been raided, Is it a fact or not a fact? If he says that people are being forced onto the housing levy because William Ruto is in an agreement with the people who sell building materials, is it a fact or not a fact? All these things that he has spoken about, and the things that the roles that have been given as deputy president, in his days as deputy president, as far as I'm concerned, in Nyandarua County, he had been able to deal with the killer brew of alcohol. It is now back everywhere here. You find the young men at 9 in the morning, they are all drunk. Issues to do with the coffee, issues to do with tea. He had done tremendously well, especially on the scope of the things that he had been given. And more, and maybe finally, to be selfish also, he had also spoken and negotiated very well for our people. He had spoken and negotiated very well for our people, because we, especially the people from the region of Mount Kenya, we contributed heavily in the votes that President William Ruto got. So Rigathi Gachagua negotiated for us as a leader. So that is the kind of a leader that I would want. One, a person who is pro-people. He thinks about the problems of the people and he solves them in the most in the easiest ways. Kibaki never once came on top of a vehicle to come and tell us that he will create employment. But Kibaki made created employment for like 1 million border people. You see them everywhere. That is a creation of Kibaki. He never even once came on top of a vehicle to come and speak about I'll create jobs, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that. He was just working quiet. And that is the kind of leadership that I see in Rigathi Gachagua. He is bold. I want a bold leader, a person who can make a good decision, and a decision for his people. And maybe finally, for the people who actually think that Rigathi Gachagua may not be on the ballot, that is a creation of William Ruto, especially to break the hearts of our people. The Constitution of the Republic of Kenya is very clear. Any person is allowed to run for office, even if they have been impeached, if there are litigations and he has challenged that litigation, unless you have exhausted all avenues of appeal, unless you have exhausted all avenues of appeal. And maybe to give you comfort, especially the people from diaspora, who may think that Rigathi Gachagua may not be on the ballot. We have not even started the case of Rigathi Gachagua at the High Court. It has not started. What we have now are preliminary objections. What we are dealing now with, he was impeached in October. So it's October, November, December, January, February, March, April. For the last 7 months, what we are dealing with is the recusal of judges. We have not even gotten to the substance of the suit. So it tells you that that matter will be long. It will be long. It will be long, and will be here. And Rigathi Gachagua, if in the formation that we shall have, he'll be lucky to be the flag bearer of our coalition, which, in my opinion, would be a very good thing, because I mean he has a bigger bloc. He has the people of Mount Kenya, all supporting him. Then I am sure that he'll be on the ballot and he'll be able to be the person to take Kasongo home. You all know that once Rigathi Gachagua speaks, Kasongo trembles.
Very well answered. Well, very well answered. You have articulated that very clearly. And I see most of the members from, in the chat, they want to be given an opportunity. We are coming to you in... I'm just going to ask one question and then we open it again to the members on the platform. Senator Methu, most of the members here are supporting I want to say maybe 99%, I don't know. Here they are confused and they want to support Deputy Rigathi Gachagua. Tell us, what specific actions would you say are most critical right now? And I'm looking at it in the context of there is the launch of the party, and then there will be the live after the launch of the party. Where do we come in? That call of action, where do we come in? How can we help?
Maybe two things. One, the voice of the diaspora people, and I think that discussion we had, your voice is extremely important. You can't keep quiet. This is your country. You have to help us amplify the things that you're saying, because you also know that there are things that don't meet well for the people of Kenya. That is a very substantive matter that you people must take up. You must continue speaking. You speak to very many people. You have your families back here. You have your, people who work in your farms, in your, like Stephen Ombogo has said that he's a student leader at the university that he is in. You can imagine the kind of followers that he would have at that university and the ripple effect that it would have at home. We have another young man called Mark, who is at the university in Portugal. I think he's still in this meeting. So your voice is extremely important. You have to help us amplify the things that we are saying. Number two, one front that especially William Ruto has tried to ensure that he cripples us on is on resources, because he knows that, or rather he thinks that without resources, we are not able to move. That's why those of us who are in business, our businesses have been raided. Those of us who are in business, KRA is on our neck every day, including the Deputy President himself. So I think in terms of helping us on logistics, because really, we as a team don't require a lot of money to do our campaigns. We don't require money to go and give people. The people are resonating with our call. We are telling them that we want to break them from the shackles of what William Ruto has put them in. We want to free them from. We want to get the freedom of the payslip. We want to get them an affordable medical support. We want to help them in terms of infrastructure. We want to help them in terms of what the government has done to make the quality of life and the affordability of life very difficult in Kenya. So that is the message that resonates well with the people of Kenya. So we don't need to really give a lot of money, but we need at least resources for our logistics. Now, initially in our meetings, we never required a lot of money to even deal with our security. Tomorrow, the Deputy President is in my county, in Nyandaro County, for a church service, just a church service. And imagine, because of what Kasongo has been doing to us, I now have to organize for security for the Deputy President, because we don't want to get ourselves, hurt. I'm a family man, I've told you. I'm a husband of a person. I'm a father of a kid. I would not want my family, or either the family of those of us who are in this formation, to live regretting like the family of J.M. Kariuki and say, I wish our father didn't join politics. I wish our father didn't get to politics when something very tragic has happened. So that's why we want to take a lot of caution and deal with quite a number of issues here and there. So we would want you, our diaspora team, to help us, especially in resource mobilization, for our logistics, not necessarily for any other thing. Now, looking at the budget that we have for the launch of our party, it is not a small budget. It's not something that we can be able to manage now. And business people have been made quite afraid to join, to be seen with us, because William Ruto is very, very vengeful, and his government is extremely vengeful. When you are seen to be a friend of our formation, they will send KRA to your team, to your people. They will send DCI. They will do many things, and therefore, not many businesses would want to take that kind of a risk. So, in terms of that front of helping us with the resources, I think it is a place that you people from the diaspora can be able to come in and help us, and I'm sure we'll be able to just deal with the little logistics that we need to do here and there, so that we can help keep this momentum, because we have already created the momentum, yes, but we have to keep the fire burning. You know the kind of money that William Ruto is investing in our villages. If we allow the fire and the momentum to come down, we may be taking a very major risk. Just the other weekend, I was with one member of parliament from the Kasongo side, and in a harabi that I was seated in, just an ordinary member of parliament is giving a million bob to the people. Of course, we shall deconstruct that particular narrative. Even if I give 20,000 or 30,000, I will deconstruct that narrative that you have brought. But if you are just to allow the narrative to run without getting a counter narrative, then we might get stuck along the way. So we want to be out every weekend. We want to support the activities of our party. We want to support in terms of branding our party, and many things that we have, especially on logistical support. But we are launching our party in May, And we are really on course to ensure that we launch it in May. We shall do a pre-launch just before May so that people can understand the colors of our party. People can also get to know the name of our party and that kind of a thing. But we shall for sure launch our party in May.
Thank you so much. We like it, we love it when we hear you have the crowd, which is very true. When we visited Hichi, he also gave us a chance, an opportunity. I feel like it was a chance of lifetime. And Mwaura can speak more about it because he's a candidate in Subukia. He gave us an opportunity to go to Keserian and just to meet the people. And there was so much excitement. You could see the crowd got it. So that is good hearing that. And I like what Mheshimiwa you are saying. Let us build a people-driven movement. The state may control, may block the funding, but we, the diaspora here, we can build a people-driven movement like the way Obama did. And we said this last week, a movement that is powered by ordinary Kenyans, a movement that is powered by people who want real change. Just like Obama did during his time, we go back to the grassroots, we listen, we give our $5, we give our $20, and the movement will take a life of its own. So we are going to give a few people questions. I can see people really want to engage Mheshimiwa one-on-one. So Sam Wangi, your hand is raised. Please, you have the floor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Wanja, for this opportunity to raise the question.
Do you want to put the camera? I think it's good we see the face. Right. If you don't mind, if you're in a position to, thank you.
I'm right here. Yeah, so thank you very much for this opportunity to ask the question. And thank you very much again, Honorable Methu, for making a very spirited presentation. My question here is about our political system that we have currently. And to just trace back a little bit, we saw when Uhuru was leaving office and President Ruto was coming to power, and everybody in his camp was against Uhuru. And again, right now, after Rigathi left government, so many people now are displeased with the route of which it's very understandable with the situation in the country. But now I think this calls for us to reflect and look back and see how our political situation is running and ask ourselves, when are we going to have a different political agenda that we speak to the issues rather than trying to come across like we are forming a buddy system of protecting each other from the people that we do not like or the people whose agenda is not resonating with our agenda. When will we put the nation first? And Honorable Methu, can you please assure us that the current movement that is going on is about the nation and not about not about just a particular person or not just about mobilizing people against a particular person? And when are we going to see the change in messaging? The messaging not being Ruto's personality, but the messaging being about the nation. Thank you.
All right, we take the next question. Ivy, please, when we give you a chance, if we just take 30 seconds, that is going to give more people an opportunity. So we are going to take Ivy, 30 seconds, Ivy, please.
Hi, everybody, and thank you, Senator Methu. It's really good to see you. I have a very quick and straightforward question. Gachagua has so much money, and he has people from all over the country and other countries that he's mobilizing. My worry is that how do we make sure that the elections that are coming up are going to be fair? How do we make sure that, yes, we do have the numbers, but once we go and vote on the ballots, are our numbers going to count? Are they going to be our numbers or Somalis or Ugandans, like other people that we don't know where they're coming from? Like, how do we make sure that our votes that we really care for the Kenyan people are going to matter and are going to be on the ballot that day and nobody else's? That's all.
Thank you. I'll take one more. Let me see. Is it Wamboyem? And then Wanjiko, 30 seconds. Then we hand over to Muhesh. No, before Muhesh, I'll call DK, sorry, so that he can be able to put all of them together. Wamboy, then Wanjiko, then DK.
Hello. Can you see me? My camera is not very clear.
Yeah, not clear. It's all right. Go ahead, Wambui. Thank you,
Okay.
though.
My name is Wambui, from California, Nairobi. And my question to the senator is, when you're talking, we're going to be in the opposition. A lot of people in the opposition now, they have left government. And the people who are in the opposition are getting intimidated financially. So what is your financial or economic plan out of government for the people who are out of government? One, that's one question, because if you don't have an economic plan, people will be intimidated, they'll be bought, and so whatever. Okay, then the other one is when there are those harambees and people are giving 1 million, 20 million to a church, why don't you counter the argument by actually quantifying what this money would be doing if it was still in government? For instance, there was a day 20 million was given to a church. On the same day, we saw children learning under a tree. A week later, we saw some Muzungu guy, Mr. Beast, building a school. Why should we wait for someone and drilling boreholes for children learning under a tree? Why should we wait for these foreigners to come and we have the money, we have our own resources? So I think the counter argument ought to be when they're giving 20 million to a church, 30 million, 1 million, whatever, is to quantify what this money ought to be doing so that people can actually see that giving money to a church does not help us. It's actually counterproductive for the nation. Thank you.
Wanjiko, then DK, please.
Actually, mine is not a question, but Senator Methu, I'm excited to be able to talk to you. Nyandarua is where I spent a lot of my childhood. My mother comes from Bushi, Yeta. And I have a lot of family members from Jabini. And my auntie, who was a real model to me growing up, went to Jabini Girls. So, DK, I am so grateful you put this in our North Carolina website. I mean, not website, WhatsApp group. And I wish you all the best. I didn't know you were running. I hope you remember me. But anyway, first of all, Mr. Methu, mine is just through you, to thank the people of Kenya. In the past, we've had tribal wars when such things are happening. But at this time, Kenyans are more united against the regime that is oppressive to even the people where the president comes from. I follow Kenyan news very closely. So the 21st century Kenyans are educated and they know that they're not enemies to each other. So with that said, we are counting on you guys as our leaders to continue uniting us and not to divide us. To Wamanyoro, through you, tell him I was so proud of him standing up and not resigning. And last but not least, I watched the interview between you, the Kiambu senator, and I think the Laikipia senator, I'm forgetting her name, and you guys really stood up to her. And that's all I can say. Congratulations. And I'm looking forward to a good Kenya. I've seen a lot of changes over the years, positive, and I know we have some negatives, but it's also good to look at the positive. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Wajiko, talking, home girl talking to the senator. DK, please come, and then we invite senator to respond.
Thank you, Wanjiko from North Carolina. Thank you for joining. And all the questions that are coming. Number one, we really appreciate what Rigiji is doing in the country. He has chosen to become the father of the third. We can call it the third liberation. And this is very important. When we went to Wamunyoro, we did sit with him candidly, and he opened up, just as Methu, Honorable Methu, you are opening up to us. Their businesses have been raided, their money is being held, and he asked for diaspora help. All of us here, Honorable Methu, we believe in Rick G. We believe in a liberated country. We believe in the freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of moving around, of convergence. We believe in an economic developed country, freedom to operate businesses. What Kasongo is doing is the opposite, and we are not going to stand to watch. That is why Diaspora has come very strongly in support of Rick G. My fellow diasporian, we have heard this cry. We have heard that they need resources. We have heard that they need security. If anything would happen to Rick G, each one of us will be felt, will feel that pinch. We saw what has happened in the breakage of security. It is our responsibility to protect what we love. And we love the movement. We love what he's doing. He has just spoken to us about Wamunyoro coming tomorrow. Rigiji, when I say Wamunyoro, I refer to Rigiji coming to Nyandarua tomorrow. I want to commend the work that has been done already by Diasporian, especially by one Jeff, who brought cameras that were installed in Rigiji vehicles to record number plates of the Subarus that follow our leader. We need to up that notch. We are seeking finances. There are people here, Honorable Methu, who have committed to give to this movement, and they have given. They have given with a lot of generosity and a lot of sacrifice. The last two meetings we've had, we were with Gachagua from Kirinyaga and also Warogoro. We did a challenge for each one of us. And I would really put this forward, Bona Chairman and Wanja, with your permission, that we do a challenge for a contribution for our brother, Honorable Methu. This fearless Getungati, who has come so strongly for our country, because it is important to put our money where our mouth is. Our mouth are saying, liberate Kenya. Liberate Kenya. We are doing our best in our Facebook pages, in our social medias, in our media house. I have a media house called WM Global Media. I'm flooding videos and information out there. Our personal contacts in Kenya, we are doing a lot of mobilization. But it is important also to do our financial commitment. I would want to put a challenge here. If each one of us can commit at least between $20 and $50 today, we are giving these for the support of security for Rick G tomorrow and our brother Methu. Can we do that? Can we commit to that? And mine, mimi naanza na 100, Wanja. I'm committing.
Thank you. I love that, Mwaura. You know, when we talk about people-driven movement, not controlled by elites or dictators, we own the movement. Tomorrow, Rick G is going to Nyandarua. Can we support that? I have the M-Pesa. I always work with the M-Pesa number, the Zelle, the Cash App, and all that there. Let's do the challenge. Tomorrow, Senator Methu will host our Getungati in his county. Let's do the challenge as we continue engaging Mheshimiwa. I'm going to leave the numbers there. There is the M-Pesa. Mwaura here is our national treasurer. So the money is going to go to Mwaura. He's going to announce how much he gets at the end. There's a Zelle, there's a Cash App, and if it comes, it's going to come as compassionate pass. So I'm going to give it to Mheshimiwa, but I'm going to leave that number there. Let's do the challenge. Let's do a people-driven movement. If we want to own this, let's do this. Let's do our $20 the Barack Obama way. Thank you. Over to you, Mheshimiwa.
Thank you very much, Wanja, and thank you very much, Maura, and the people who have spoken. I've also tried within that break to go through the comments that have been made, very positive comments, and I'm very happy to read them. I may not be able to read all of them at a go, but I have read quite a number of them. But there are quite some issues that have been raised by very many people. First, we started with we started with Sam Mwangi, who gave very, very, very good, very good comments. And I mean, these comments really encourage us, and we really feel very happy when we hear such comments. But he has also challenged us on an issue about mobilizing people either against a personality or for a personality. And he says, and I actually quite agree with him, that sometimes we act in a way to look like we are doing it for a specific person. But on this case, in my opinion, I think we are doing it for the Republic. And for example, if we speak about the freedom of the payslip, that does not touch on a region, does not touch on a religion, does not touch on any specific group of people. It is the people of Kenya from the entire country. And maybe I heard there's somebody who has been to a political science class. If you allow me in a minute or two, I'll give you a story, a very small story of a man that we learned in school called Jean Bedel Bokassa. Jean Bedel Bokassa was the president of Central African Republic. I think he was just a president for 10 years and an emperor for a few months. So in I think he was there between 1969 and 1979. He was coronated on the 4th of December 1979 to be an emperor of the Central African Republic. And Jean Bedel Bokassa used a third of the national budget for his own coronation. That particular day of the 4th of December 1979, he spent $20,000 out of the budget of $60,000. And since that day, Central African Republic has been the poorest country. It has never recovered since 1979, 79, 89, 99, 2009, 2019, close to 50 years later, half a century later. That country has never been able to recover. So that is the tragedy. And that's why we must mobilize people against one person. That will be the tragedy of giving William Ruto a 10-year term. If you were to allow him to run the show for another for another like 7 years, in his first 9 months, he had grown our public debt with about 1.2 trillion. If you were to compare him with Uhuru Kenyatta, in his first 1 year, he had only done like 420 billion. And you see, we ask for dates so that we can grow our budgets. And most of the dates that we ask for are for projects. But we can't see this project. Now he has grown our debt right from 8 trillion since he came to now 11.2 trillion. By June of this year, my people, who have hit the 1.9 mark trillion of the debt that we are paying. Almost half of our budget will be using it to pay our loans. Are we seeing this money? Can you see it in your village? Can you hear it from the people that are from are in Kenya? This will be the tragedy, and that's why we must do. We must mobilize people against William Ruto. That we have to do. But once we get our party, it will help us shape the agenda, so that as we say Kasongo must go, we think Kasongo must go, and this is what we must do. We shall get a template, and we shall get it correct this time. Ivy asked on whether our numbers will count. I'll give 2 examples. Number one, in 2002, the Kivuitu-led ECK that time was a protege of President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. In fact, William Ruto is not half as powerful as Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. And once you don't have people, you can't win. If William Ruto won against Uhuru Kenyatta, if William Ruto won against the system in 2022, then we shall also win against him. Number 3, in 2013, Uhuru Kenyatta was just the deputy prime minister. William Ruto was a sacked minister, his running mate. Who are they running against? sitting vice president. He was running against the sitting prime minister. The minister for foreign affairs was on their side. Deputy Prime Minister Musalia Mudavadi was on their side. I mean, they had almost half of the entire government supporting them, but they didn't win. Once you don't have people, you don't have people. Finally, we are William Ruto's people. We have been William Ruto's people. We know him very well. In the election of 2022, we were with him. So if there is anything to be known, it is known. I think I don't want to say anything more than that. Wambui spoke about quantifying the loot that is being given in Harambee. That is exactly what we are doing. We are telling our people, there's no way you're a member of parliament who has a mortgage and has commercial loans and be able to get $1 million every weekend, and he's earning a salary of 700,000. This must be your money. The money that was meant to build your classroom, you're being given in cash. People have been building churches since time immemorial. Churches have not been asking, are not asking for us to go and use government money to build churches. We can, worshipers can be able to build churches progressively, but the services that are meant for the people of Kenya, that money cannot be diverted, be taken to churches. So we continue discouraging, and we continue speaking about against this vice of coming to churches in sacks of money. Where do you get this kind of money? I'm a member of parliament. I get my allowances. I am paid my salary. I get my mileage. There's no way I can get $1 million bob every weekend. Unless I have a way of getting. And you see, you give the surplus. It is to mean that you have so much, then you're giving the surplus. So we continue quantifying that. Thank you, Ajiko from Bushi. I'm happy to hear from you. Thank you for congratulating us. I am one person who really pushed Rigiji not to resign. There are people in our team who are, they were saying, please resign so that you can run. But I was telling him, we can't run away. We can't show Kasongo our back. If he's shooting us on the forehead. He can't shoot us on our back. I'm one person who is very proud that that decision ultimately has paid off. I would feel bad if it was not to pay off. I'm happy that he is also a very strong character. So he refused to take the 2 billion that was being offered to him so that he can resign. He would have chosen to take the 2 billion. It's not little money. There's a comment that has been made by Jerry Queens on whether we can bring Uhuru on board. I think we need everybody on board. Anybody who can help us send William Ruto home, we shall have him on board. I agree with you. Let us have everybody on board. I hope you have seen that what has happened this weekend, especially in matters to do with Methu. We now have Mithika Rinturi. We now have Kraito Murungi. We have quite a number of people who are supporting us. Maybe finally, I've seen that there's somebody called Honorable Rorak Cornarius. He's running for a position in West Pokot. We wish you well. We welcome you to our party. It is a national party. It will have the face of Kenya, and it will be for all of us. It is a place that you can say that you are certain that we shall run a free and fair nomination, and we are ready to serve and do justice to the people of Kenya.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator. Mwaura, I don't know how the challenge is going. I did send mine, Mwaura, and you didn't update me. So I don't want to be left out in this train.
Challenge is going on well. We are receiving. Thank you so much. I'm looking at M-Pesa, Zelle, and Cash App. Thank you so much for honoring our Getungati. Let's keep going.
All right. I'm going to give this opportunity to Danson Mukira.
Mukesh. Hello, Mukesh. My name is Danson Mukile. I'm based in Dallas, Texas. I just have 2 questions, Mukesh, and I know you have given us a request for the resource, but I believe it has to be a win and win. So much apart from us supporting with finances, we are also allowed to vote. And today I'm leading a technical working group that as we speak, we have a proposed bill in the Senate. And you being the Senate of Kenya, despite being sent by the wonderful people of Nyandarua, sorry. We want to hear commitment that you're going to support this proposed bill of expanding the polling stations in the diaspora. Because at the moment, we can only vote at the embassy, and we live far away. From here, Dallas, where I live, to Washington, D.C., is close to 3,000 kilometers. It will need me about 23 hours to drive, or I have to spend up to $3,000 or $4,000. And you know very well our elections are very emotive. You have to go physically register, physically verify, physically vote. So despite pushing the numbers back home, there are over 4 million Kenyans in the diaspora. What is your commitment? And especially from, I know we have worked with this wonderful team that even came to Nairobi, but we also want to hear when it comes to electoral reforms for the diasporians, so that we can also vote in who is going to lead our country. Is it something that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua is committed to? And we'll see that we may not receive all this push and pull from political circles that Kenyans in the diaspora cannot vote. Because we were in parliament, we met your members, your friends, and some of them, they don't want us to vote. So I just want to hear that. Then how will we differentiate? The last question is, how will you differentiate from personal, community, and national interest? Because sometimes we push and it becomes a personal interest other than the community or a national interest. So how is this different? Because some of us were victims of being sidelined after working so hard. At the end of it all, then you just put on the fence. So thank you so much, Muhesh, and thank you so much, Wanja, for the wonderful job you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to hand over to Gikonyo before Muhesh responds to that. Gikonyo, over to you.
Thank you, Wanja. Also, I would like to bring Jeff on board so that I can talk about another different challenge on a different level. Jeff Kenyanjui, are you there?
Yes, Chairman.
Go ahead, please.
Put your camera on.
Yeah, thank you.
Black.
I'm driving. I won't look you, but.
Okay, that's okay. Don't drive and talk.
Yeah, thank you. I won't look. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Muhesh, and thanks everyone for joining and spending your time to come and talk to Mheshimiwa and the team in general. As the team has explained very well about supporting His Excellency Rigiji, when we went there, Maura mentioned on this, we felt that, of course, people need to be convinced, they need to be told the vision, like everyone has asked a question. And what we did, we said, a few individuals, we said, before everybody else can come on board, there are those who said, we're going to support Rigiji, we're going to take our risk, and we decided to be contributing, especially for the launching. We were focused on launching because His Excellency opened up and he said how challenging they are, and our senator has already told us how their finance has been raided. So there's that group that we decided to give, and we started actually with like $1,000, and we are still contributing. So if you feel that you want to also join that team, you are welcome. It's a team that said, let's stand with Rigiji before everybody else come, and everybody is welcome to come in. So if you feel that you want to join that team that is pushing and trying to solicit fund, and what we are doing, we are reaching to our friends, investors, and we are asking for resources, aggressively supporting the launch, because without the launch, a lot of people we are listening to, they say, hey, you guys don't even have a party. So that group of about maybe 200 or 300 people or 500 or whatever will be able, we are bringing our resources together. So reach out to Gikonyo, to Wanja, to me, or to Dominic. You can be this in a circle to be able to support so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff, for amplifying the voice of resource mobilization. And what Jeff is saying, it's critical. It's time sensitive. If we want a party, we are saying, yes, we are supporting Rigiji. He doesn't have his own vehicle right now. Remember, alishukishwa matatu ya wenyewe. So we want to have that on his own vehicle. If you want to support that, it's very time sensitive, because like Senator has told us, in a couple of weeks, they'll be launching the party. So please join us, reach out to us, let us build people-driven movement. Just like Obama did, he did not speak to the establishment. He spoke to the hearts of the people. Senator Methu is speaking to the hearts of the people. Are we responding? That's the energy we want to channel. the campaign or the process is not just about a one man or one seat. It's shifting power back to where it belongs. And that is what Rick G wants. That is what Senator is articulating today. Over to you, Mheshimiwa.
Sorry, I think those are quite good insights. And I think I can't agree more with Danson Mukile. Expanding, it is everybody's right to vote. We cannot make it extremely difficult for diaspora people to go and vote. You can imagine 3,000 kilometers is like, somebody being told to travel all the way from Mombasa to, I don't know, very, very far. I don't think there are even distances of 3,000. So would want everybody to have a right to vote. So that's something that I will support at my level, so that we can have as many people in diaspora. We have so many people in diaspora, and their votes just matter, because if this country is run down, the people that we met with at Wamunyoro, most of them are saying, I want to do my last 5 years so that I can go back home and retire there. If you don't have a good home to come and retire to, even if you're not to come back, your family, your entire family is here. Your aunts are here. Your uncles are here. Your people are here. This is your motherland. This is your county. This is your country. This is your county. You need good governance in your country, and you need good governance. I'm sure many people from diaspora, the ones that you are meeting, they give success stories of their countries, and you feel very challenged. So I'm sure you would want the same for your country, and you would want to participate in ensuring that we get the best for our country. Maybe finally, there's also something that has been spoken about, and I think it is important that I buttress that particular issue, especially on why we need our party now. It is not easy to set up a party, and even this party that we are launching, it has taken very serious investment of time by especially His Excellency the Deputy President Gachagua. William Ruto was hovering around the Registrar of Political Parties office every day to know how we are registering our party. And that's why I have told you, if there's anything that we wanted to know from William Ruto, we know it. So if we're able to register our party under his own nose, and he couldn't know it, and he couldn't tell that we are registering our party, and we already got our own certificates, and we got everything intact, it tells you that even at the ballot, we shall be able to beat him. The way we beat him in registering our party, we beat him even at the ballot. And we know him quite well. We know him quite well. And somebody was asking whether we are rejuvenating Jubilee Party. We already passed that Rubicon. We don't want, baggages here and there. If we were to go to, for example, that party, Jubilee Party, it will require that they leave the coalition, because they're already in the Azimio coalition. It's a lot of baggage, and we don't have that kind of time. What we want is a party, especially our own party, and we already have it. We are no longer looking for a party. We already have our own party. What remains is launching it. And it is this party that will help us set the agenda of what we want for our country. And it will also help us negotiate with other partners. We are negotiating with other people. So that, because initially William Ruto wanted the whole republic to gang against, especially this region, Mount Kenya region. And we are very happy that the other people can see it. If he did this to the region that supported him, how much more can he do to those of us who never supported him? So we are in negotiations with other parties, and there is no way we can go to a negotiation without our own party. So we want our party so that they can negotiate with other parties. We want Rigathi Gachagua to be a party leader. When he meets Raila Odinga, they are meeting as party leaders. When he meets Kalonzo Musyoka, when he meets Matiang'i, when he meets Eugene Wamalwa, when he meets whoever he wants to meet, you meet him at the level of party leader, so that we can be able to craft a very good and united front, so that we can be able to send William Ruto home. So to the extent of why we require a party, and we require it now, is so that it can also help us negotiate with others. It can also help us form the basis of the agenda of what we want in the post-William Ruto government, because we shall remove him from power. But sometimes you may remove somebody from power. If you don't have an agenda, Onakwama, you have to remove him, but you know that we are removing him so that we can do this. You know, I actually think for President William Ruto, he has never thought of himself as a president. That's why he got a bit confused here and there when he got to power. So he didn't know what to do with power. He already has the power, yes, but he looks confused. He's employing a minister. 2 months later, he's sacking that minister. The cabinet has started with him. I think over half of it is already at home. He's taking. I think there are ministers who have been tourists. You start from defense. You go to environment. You go to health. You have no background of issues to do with health, but you're just out there. Go try. If you can, then it's okay. It's a try and error. You try, if you can, it's okay. If you can't, then that kind of a thing.
Thank you. Thank you, Mheshimiwa. We are continuing with the challenge. Mwaura, please updating us. Is Rigiji going to Nyandarua tomorrow or not? Are we going to make it happen? Are we going to make it happen?
I keep updating. Thank you so much. Everybody who is giving $50, $25, $30, $100, they are coming. Let us show our commitment in providing security for our Rigiji in Nyandarua and showing our support to Honorable Methu. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you. And maybe, Mheshimiwa, please let us, the members know, I think we are invited for the lounge. Anybody who be in Kenya around that time, do we have an invitation?
Thank you very much, Wanja. I would want to say we have, we started a very cordial working relationship with our team from Diaspora. And therefore, we would actually encourage those of you who can make it, please come. We shall have a very special place for you to sit so that you feel that we also value you. And so that we also answer the question that we were asked on whether you have space in the movement and after the movement. Space is not given. We fight for it. That's why I would want to encourage those of you who can make it, come so that you can occupy the front benches. You are very key partners and very key people that we want to work with, especially in the days to come. Maybe to just paint one small image in your minds of how Kenya is doing now. The supplementary budget of the Republic of Kenya was passed in February of this year, 15th of February of this year. And there are two things that really caught my mind, and they must make you worried as you think about the Kenya that you're living in. Since independence, we had the highest increment of State House budget since 1963. The budget of State House was increased with a whopping 3.81 billion. That is just an increase on the State House budget, 3.81 billion for the last 4 months of the financial year. Your guess is as good as mine. You know why this money is being put in State House. This is the money that is being used to do campaigns. This is the money that is being used to do the rallies that you are seeing, the people who are being paid to attend the meetings. So you know that our money is being used carelessly. That's why we feel so bad to hear that the president is going to China to ask for more dates, whereas he's increasing unnecessary budget. Beyond the 3.81 that was increased in the supplemental budget, there was another 651 million that was increased in something that they call the Executive Office of the President. State House is different from the Executive Office of the President. Another 651 million. It's not that they have employed new employees. It's not that they're building new state branches or new state houses. This money is just for, managing his politics. When Kibaki left in 2013, the last budget of the National Intelligence Service was 6 billion. That was his budget for the entire year. Let me shock you. In the supplementary budget that was made in the 15th of February, the increment that the NIS got is 10.1 billion. Can you imagine? 10.1 billion. That is just an increment. They're saying this for, these are budgets that cannot be questioned. They cannot be audited because this is issues to do with security. These are monies that cannot be, audited. The Auditor General has no view on how this money will be spent. hoping 10.1 billion. And then William Ruto is going to China and he's saying that he's going with Abakuli and he's saying, hey, please help us, please help us, please help us. And when the money comes, he spends it in haphazardly. That is why we have to do everything. Even though a gentleman told me that let us not mobilize against one person. For William Ruto, I think we have to mobilize against him.
If you don't mind, I think I see Lucy's hand, Lucy Kihara. Her hand, I think, has been there for the last 30 minutes. Lucy, do you mind unmuting yourself?
Sorry, I can't be on camera. At a place where I'm not allowed to be on camera for a bit. My question is, thank you, Senator, for the talk tonight and the enlightenment. I'm Lucy Kihara. And I wanted to find out, I know you've mentioned about how KRA is limelighting on anybody who tries to associate, all these things. And I've been there, I've been to their offices, I've had one of those, they're lucrative, as you call them, the interviews, when they want to interview you and investigate. So my question is, how well or what are you going to do while we are trying to support Riggy from Diaspora? I'm an investor, by the way. I'm more in Kenya, Champion Homes. But now my query is, the moment I'm probably giving here or trying to support, how well are we, or what will you do to protect us from these canines of KRA as we support?
All right, we can give Simon Bogwa, then Muhesh can answer that. Bogwa, welcome to Amaro.
Thank you, brother. Muhesh, I think I'll just put it straight. I'm from Nakuru County, in specific Nakuru Town West. Gitugati, from there. I'll be vying for Nakuru Town West political seat constituency. So Muhesh, hawa ni mandugu zetu ambayo wako hapa, walisafiri wakaja wakawaona, na pia nilikuwa na swali ambayo nitaka kuuliza. Nazungumza kwa Kiswahili kuwa tuko wengi hapa na kuna wengine ambao wasikizi pengine lugha ambayo ningeongea ya kutoka kwa mlima. My question is, unajua mimi ni mwanasiasa na niko na delegation. Nilitaka kujua kwanza mwanzo, when is the doors going to be closed in Wamonyoro to bring delegations? That's number one. Number two, I would love to appreciate, kushukuru watu walianza na hii idea. Yekonyo is my friend and my brother, and I really want to appreciate you guys. You're doing a good job. Thank you for that. And again, Muhesh, tuko kwa siasa, and you know the biggest challenge, because you're going to launch the political party next month, God willingly. We always have a challenge of the people who are close to the party leader or the SG. Are we going to have favors? Because I've campaigned for William, and God forbid it will never happen again in Jesus' name. Are you guys going to favor certain candidates? That one I said with a lot of boldness, because kuna watu tulikuwa na hapa, tulikuwa tukampainia William, and the reason why I'm saying, do you have favorite candidates like you're in Nyandarua, Mahesh? Luckily, because I see you as a good governor of Nyandarua, are you going to get a direct nomination ticket? Ama tutaingia sisi wote kwa kiwanja, tulimane, ule atapata, Mungu amsaidie. That is my last question, and I will not add anything or a comment, but I'll just end by this. William has to go. For whatever reason, he has to go. We don't have to apologize about that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Konyo. Very good.
Can I make an observation?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bari Mheshimiwa na bali kila mtu. My name is Kenyo. I'm from Kiharu, currently in Boston. I believe William Ruto is the weakest president Kenyans can be able to beat now. Unfortunately, I think we are losing the messaging. We have a very poor way of communicating our grievances. Raila has made it through politics because he's able to take other people's grievances and make those grievances his. You are left with the senator for Kiambu, and the senator, my senator from Muranga, to be able to counter William Ruto. We failed to capture the presidency through Azimio because Uhuru Kenyatta was this gentleman who don't want this man to be the president, but he's using coded language. He could not come out and clearly say, I have a thief. I work with a thief. I have with somebody who have killed people. I work with somebody who's likely to do it again. Stop treating Ruto with baby gloves. Come out open like His Excellency Gachagua is doing. Going to podcasts, going to national TVs and laying it out what this Ruto has done before he became the president, when he was the deputy president, and now he has a very big history. But it seems like you guys are scared to tell Kenyans already what they know. Keep reminding them, this man is not just taking our democracy. This man is killing our kids. Right now, he's in China. We don't know how much money he's going to get. Probably you as a senator, you get at a point where you can know. Then after riding to Kenya with that money, you then go to Nyanza on top of his car and start telling people, I have the money now and this is what you're going to do. I listened to the senator saying how the budget for this and that has been increased. You can only hear this from the senator. We have something in politics called attack dogs. I believe we have some. Why can't we use those people to attack credibility of Ruto? Because it's only then, when we get to know who exactly Ruto is, we will vote against him. You campaigned for this man. I've never been Ruto, for disclosure, even when they were with Uhuru, because I know what he did to our people. That is a sin I'll never forgive. We need to start saying exactly what Ruto is. We need to tell Kenyans what Ruto is taking from us and what he's likely to do, because he's so desperate now, you start killing people. But hey, the freedoms we have were bought by blood. We are not ready to die for a good Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kenya. Please, when you come on, just take 30 seconds so that we can diversify, giving people opportunities. I want to give this opportunity to Councillor Elizabeth Kang'ethe. Are you in the house? UK is well represented. Lucy, thank you, from UK. Is Elizabeth there?
I am here. I'm here. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I want to really join everybody and support the many questions that have been put forth. But my main question that I put forward, and I don't want to repeat because it's being asked, is about the voting. I was in the forefront asking for us to get that opportunity, because there's no point of us supporting here and our votes will not count. So, Senator, I believe you have got an opportunity now to push this for us. Even in London, in UK, everybody had to travel to London. And so it was a big challenge, because it's not as big as US, yes, but for people to travel, spend the night in London, come and vote, I mean, it was a challenge. And so that's why we had the lowest number of votes. So I believe this is an issue that needs to be addressed, even as we continue with the other challenges, as we continue registering, as whatever else we do, our votes need to count. So really, we need to come up with that. That motion needs to be supported. Senator, I believe that's an issue that really needs to be handled with care. Thank you. I don't want to repeat what has been said, but thank you so much, Wanja. Asante sana.
Thank you, Councillor. We appreciate you for your good service. So maybe how is the challenge going, Mwaura? Remember, we are being invited to be stakeholders. We are being invited to be part of this process. We don't want to miss any opportunity. Mwaura, how is the challenge going? Is Rick G going to Nyandarua tomorrow or not?
The challenge is ongoing. The Councillor Elizabeth, who just spoke, already has sent her contribution. Thank you so much, everybody that is sending. We are receiving. Somebody requested for the information. We have sent the Cash App, M-Pesa, and Zelle information on the chat. Thank you so much. Let us continue.
Thank you. And I'm sharing that. I can't be able to see whose hand is up. Ikonyo, maybe you can take one person. And then, how much time, Senator, do you have? We don't want to keep you here. These people can keep you until morning. And they'll throw stones if they were never given a chance to speak. So I don't know how much time we'll have, and then we can budget around that.
I don't see any hand up, so I think Senator Methu can go ahead and
Okay, go ahead, Mheshimiwa.
Oh, well, I was actually hoping I had been told that the meeting take between 1 hour and 2 hours. Looks like ours has taken a bit longer because I also need to go and prepare for that meeting that is coming up tomorrow. But I'll be available on very short notice to engage the diaspora team anytime. And let me attempt to answer a few questions that have been asked. Maybe starting with Mbogwa from Nakuru, and I wish you well as you run in Nakuru. I think Nakuru East or thereabout. You have asked when
Nakuru
the doors
West.
for Nakuru West, sorry. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You have asked when the doors for Munyoro doors will be closed. I think they will not be closed. Maybe after the election when we are in government, so that we can be able to now govern. But we'll keep receiving people. We'll keep receiving delegations, and I think we'll try as much as we can to be fair. I've seen it in His Excellency Gachagua. He has tried to try and be fair. You have asked whether there will be people who will be given direct tickets. Maybe if you have a friend who wants to run for senator in Nyandarua, maybe we can put that to test with myself. You know that I'm a very, very close associate of Rigathi Gachagua. And if I can myself offer to go to nominations, because there's no point of giving anybody a direct ticket and they will still lose to a popular candidate. If you are popular, if people believe that what I am doing as senator for Nyandarua is actually sufficient, they vote for me in the nomination and they vote for me in the general election. There's no way we can lock out anybody. There's no way we can say that because John Methu fought for the cause, because I was there during the impeachment, because I was there during the formation of the party, then we say that I cannot be subjected to a nomination. I don't think that is correct. I don't think that is factual. I think all of us should be able to be subjected to, some kind of an equality, so that everybody can feel that they have a share in this particular movement. We can't accuse William Ruto of being a dictator and introduce dictatorship in our party. We have to allow people to. To have equal chances of fighting out, so that we can get the best and we can also listen to the voice of the people. Maybe one mistake that the government of William Ruto has committed is not listening to the people. It's not a very listening government. You don't listen to the people whom you are meant to rule, and that lies the problem, and that makes it very difficult for him to govern and for him to rule. There is a lady that I didn't pick her name, who was asking how we shall try and save the people who want to support us, especially those of you and everybody who has an installation in government that can get encroached by KRA. I think first.
I'm Lucy Kihara, just so.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Lucy Kihara. Thank you very much for reminding me the name. For the comfort of Lucy. Sorry, somebody muted me. The people that came in at Wamunyoro, there's something that we agreed. If anybody wants to support this cause and they want confidentiality, that we can guarantee 100%, so that we can try and preserve as many people as we can. So that, the way battles are fought and won, people have different roles to play in a battle. During the Mau Mau time, not everybody went to the forest. But you cannot see that the women who are at home cooking for the people who are in the forest, they were not in the struggle. I think people have different ways of helping in the struggle, and we shall help in whatever way we can, so that we can try and preserve as many people as we can. The journey is quite long, and we'll need as many friends as we can, and it will be full-handed, and it will be irresponsible on our part if we were to expose the people who are supporting us, especially those who who would have that kind of a problem. We can also encourage people to use proxies to send us their contributions and also reach us. That is also a safe way of ensuring that you can help us. And maybe finally, if we ever get ourselves in that kind of a challenge, the party has quite a number of volunteer advocates who can help those who would get that kind of a challenge. We will help them with legal support, so that because our courts, especially after the 2010 constitution, we have gotten some kind of independence from the courts, and our party shall be able to help many people and help our supporters in ensuring that those who get challenges with KRA, with the criminal justice system, you can get the legal support that you require. There is Elizabeth, no need to address that point. I think we have agreed, and I have agreed, that everybody has a right to vote, and we should ensure, and we shall before we even get to 2027, we shall try pushing for this particular, so that this narrative can gain momentum, so that everybody can be able to be very close to where they can be able to vote. Finally, Rusi Mushira, there's a matter of IDs that were issued recently. Children cannot be able to even register for M-Pesa. I think this is something that I'll take it up personally, and I'm sure I'll raise it in the Senate, so that we can get to understand why children who, our Gen-Zs who just took IDs, cannot be able to register for M-Pesa. I thought there are isolated cases here and there, but looking at the feedback that we've gotten, I think this is a matter that we need to take up and challenge the government of the day as to why this problem is happening. Thank you very much. Maybe because of that and how long I have, I've just heard Kikonyo say that there's nobody that is on the queue. So I'm sure this conversation maybe we can have it down the road.
Very true. The conversation, what Senator is saying, the conversation can be ongoing. Senator is always available anytime we want, maybe different times, so that we can also be able to reach out to more people. And so we would have to excuse him so that he can plan for our Gitugati tomorrow. But before he leaves, have you done the challenge? Have you completed the challenge? Is he still going to host our man Riggy?
Challenge is ongoing. I want to tell Honorable Methu, tunasimama na nyinyi kidete. Diaspora is behind you, and we are supporting you 100%. I know there are people, moles that are coming here and there trying to challenge whatever movement we are having. I know Diaspora believes in your idea. Continue with the fight. We are behind you. Na nikikuhitaji tuende Subukia, come along. We will appreciate that. Thank you so much. Challenge is ongoing. I want to thank and take this opportunity to thank everybody who took up the challenge, and even as we continue. As I said in the beginning, Riggy confided to us that they need financial support. Your $1 goes a long way. During this pre-launch time, because we are within the pre-launch of the party time, and even post-launch time, or all the way to the election hearing period. We are going to stand with you. You have our support, and we continue to reach out to our friends. Just like you said, when somebody asked whether Uhuru Kenyatta will join, we want all our friends along. Thank you so much.
Thank you, DK, for again amplifying that voice. Our takeaway message from the senator is that let us make this a shared dream. Let it be a collective dream. Let it be people-powered dream. And that's when real change happens, when we own it. When we have these kind of conversations and own those conversations, it's when change happens. When ordinary citizens rise and believe in something bigger than themselves, like what we are believing in here, and take ownership, then we are capable of creating the kind of the future we want. And no systems, no propaganda, no intimidation can silence the energy that we have. Final word, Senator. Then we let you go, and someone can lead us with a word of prayer.
May I thank you so much, and thank you so sincerely for having me tonight. I also want to commit that whichever other day that you would require me, I will be available so that we can keep the conversation going. I'm so excited that we have still so many people who are very patriotic to their country. Even though you are far away, you are very patriotic to your country. I would also be available to be engaged even individually to anybody who would want to engage. More specifically, the people of Nyandarua, I would always want to continue talking to you so that you can send me feedback. Because after all is said and done, the responsibility that I have has been bestowed on me by the people of Kenya, but the people from Nyandarua. So I would also want to continue receiving feedback, especially from the people of Kenya. I wish you well in the kind of work that you are doing abroad. I wish you, the best of luck as you continue working so that you can make your lives better, and make the lives of the people that you left home better. I wish you the best of luck. I also want to commit that we shall not let you down. We have a commitment that we shall make this country a better country. The $20, the $100, the $15, the $1,000, the $10,000, the kind of money that you are giving, because it's a sacrifice, we shall ensure that that money actually goes to ensuring that we have the right governance, and you shall be very proud. Just like the people who contributed for Kibaki in 2002, the little money that they kept contributing, I'm sure they always feel very proud that they were able to get us a very good president, and they were able to remove very bad regime and put a very good governance system. So the money that you are giving for this movement, the money that you are giving for this cause is not in vain. It's not money that will be misappropriated. We ensure that we shall ensure that we put that money into very good use, so that they can help amplify our movement, so that they can help in ensuring that our movement is able to reach far and wide. We can be able to reach every part of Kenya, not just Mount Kenya, not just Rift Valley, every part of Kenya, so that we can ensure that this gospel goes all the way to the coast. I was at Mombasa. I was very encouraged that everybody is there, is encouraging us. I was stopped in the petrol station to fuel in Mombasa, and when people saw me, and they told me, please go on, we are very happy. Na msiseme ni Mount Kenya peke yake, ni Kenya nzima, hata sisi tumefurahi sana. I was very encouraged. I keep going to many places, and people are very enthusiastic about our cause. So we'll keep coming to you time and again, so that you can help us here and there. And we are very grateful that you have offered to be partners, and we will ensure that we don't let you down. There's somebody who said that we need to call out William Ruto for the man he is, and we are doing exactly that. And if we are falling short, be sure that we shall make it better. We shall better our best, so that we can ensure that this gospel spreads across the country. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Those of you who are not sharing the same time zone with Kenya, I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana.
Muhesh, a quick one before you go. A quick one, just a quick one. Sorry to cut you short. Muhesh, you came from a PA to a senator. Think about the governor. Yes. Think about being a governor of Nyandarua. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Somebody was also telling me that if I want to become governor of Nyandarua, it's okay, no problem. But that would be a very selfish thing to do, because the people of Kenya want a share of this bushy young man. So we are not yet there. The principal work that we have now is to ensure that we make people understand who William Ruto is.
Thank you. Thank you. Someone just volunteer to close with a word of prayer. I know our man DK will do that if there's no one else.
Can I pray? I don't mind praying.
Yes, Wanjiko, appreciated. Thank you.
Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, we want to say thank you because of who you are. Thank you, Jehovah God, for giving us this opportunity, O God, King of Glory, to be with one of our strong leaders in our country, O God. As young as he is, O God, King of Glory, you have enabled him, O Jehovah God, to lead us, oh God, and to help our leaders like our ex-Vice President, oh God. Jehovah God, we love our country. We may be far away, but we do love our country, and that's why we spend our time with him, oh God. I pray that Jehovah God, you shall bring changes to Kenya, oh God, changes that shall bring prosperity, oh God, not only to our generation, but especially to our children and our grandchildren, oh Jehovah God. May they remember us as the people who made a difference in their lives, oh God, King of glory. Jehovah God, we love you. Thank you for the people who put all this together, oh God. Continue blessing them, giving them wisdom. And Jehovah God, unless you lead a city, it is in vain that the watchman keep guard, O God. Therefore, O God, lead us as we plan to change the government in our country. Give us peace, O God, love within communities, O God. We are all one country, O God, King of glory. Help people to know that politicians do not divide us, O God, but we're neighbors and we should remain that way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen, amen,
And now
amen.
may the
Amen.
grace of our
Our
Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the
and
fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen.
Amen.
Thank
Amen,
you,
amen,
thank
amen.
you. Na usalimie Yetugati tomorrow.
Now tukumbuke, make sure you remember us. We get forgotten after we give money.
Thank you very much. We remember you. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. Bye, Mheshimiwa.
Thank
We
you
don't want
and
to
good
keep
night.
you. We appreciate you. We know we'll see you again.
Goodbye.
Yeah, keep safe, Senator. We need you.
Goodbye.
A lot. The next conversations will be evening hours. Mheshimiwa will tell us his availability. Niogua.
No tulirikanio holo wa farafara itoke wapi ende kule kwanza ile ya kutoka
That's what I've been waiting for.
Hiyo barabara mheshimiwa, tunataka iwekwe rami kwanza, iwekwe rami teremke, ndio gari isianguka akabaki njiani.
Na mufinye kasogo hiyo wakati wa kumpa break, muache messaging please, messaging, remind these people huyu mtu alituchomea watoto.
I support you James, 100%. We are really
peleka salamu za watu wa diaspora, peleka salamu za watu wa diaspora Nyandarua kesho, waambie, na nimeona ulikuwa live on your Facebook. I saw thousands of people following. Thank you so much for amplifying that message. Thank you, Mheshimiwa.
All right, before we close the meeting, we do have chapters, especially here in US, we do have chapters. And if you'd like to join certain chapter, from where you come from, I'll drop my number here. Let me drop my number here. You can ask me and I'll be able to direct you to the person who that area.
Thank you, Mr. Konyo. Most importantly, also continue bringing them on board, not just the Senator Methu. Bring them on board. We need to have a conversation that is pushing that agenda of changing Kenya. We want to be at the center from the diaspora.
All right, Stephen, I sent you my number. I had sent you my number.
I got it.
Okay, drop me a text, yeah?
Thank you so much.
Please, people, join this movement. Imagine we are being invited at the preliminary stage. They have not even formed the party, and they're extending the invitation.
Perfect.
Please reach out to Gekonyo, DK, Jeff, me, this, and then we are going to direct you to our respective chapter leaders. Let's do this. Let's do this. We can do it, diaspora. Please, but we thank you for your time, your engagement. That was beautiful.
And whoever was going to...
Gikonyo.
This is something quick. This is
Gikonyo.
Yes,
go sorry.
Ahead, go ahead.
I was asking. You had said you wanted HE to come and speak to diaspora.
Yes.
I would love to know when, so that we can send word.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll text you on that. We'll work on the schedule and I'll let you know.
On the same issue, Gekonyo, on the same issue. Mm-hmm. There were these guys from Seattle, especially someone who hosted the first lady, the second lady, let me call her that for now.
Yes.
They were saying that they are bringing His Excellency regarding Gachagua. Have you guys gotten maybe in touch with them or something?
I had sent
Because
them.
because she was like saying, I even talked to her, and she had said that they're planning for him to be visiting soon. So it will be good because at least in the DMV, it is the center or the central place that we normally meet.
What I know, according to Simon, what I know according to Gachagua, he told us he's going to be coming here during summer, and not just he might also be visiting UK, and we'll drop the calendar there. That's the reason why we want to have those formation of those chapters, so so that we can know who is the responsible person. Like for you, I know you, I worked with you on the other camp. I know. Like once Gigi is there, I know he's in safe hands. He goes once he goes to UK. I know Elizabeth. I know other people there. We know his seats, whatever. So we want to plan those calendars before, and he's gonna be coming in the next maybe three or four, less than 3 months already. So that's the reason why we need to join those chapters. For those who have not formed, chapters from different countries, they need to form those chapters so that we can have that communication and be able to communicate as one team. But yes, he's going to be coming. But for that one, I don't know. But we spoke and over there.
I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call definitely.
He's going to be coming.
The curtains. Yeah.
All right. I think I'm sorry, Anmoy, you had something. James, let's give Anmoy just 1 second, please. Yeah, because you had a chance. Annie, you wanted to mention something.
I wanted to ask Maura a question. I can do after probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, James. And
hi everyone. My name is Anne Moy. I wanted to invite the women before they dropped to the women. If you're a woman, you're here. A few of us are leading the Women League of the Diaspora, and we have a group where we have I think 250 women. So if you're a woman and you'd like to join the movement for refugee, you are much welcome. I am Anne Moy on all medias, and maybe somebody can post my number there, or you can even reach out to Vikonyo and we'll be able to add you. Thank you.
And
Anne from where? Anne from where?
In that group,
I'm currently in Nairobi, but I'm usually in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay, thank you.
In that group, the women who are here and have joined, please let us do a challenge, even if it's $20. Because we are in the group, someone just start something, a challenge, and then we'll pick it up. The women who are here, we can just do something simple that is not going to financially drain people. Thank you. I think we are done.
Wanja,
Yes?
I'm sorry. Yes. Sometimes we see like the women in diaspora group is colliding, is having almost the same ideas like what we have. It's a photocopy. Or what do we say? What do we have there?
So we did, why we set up that group, Rigiji specifically said, how the women contributed, to the movement and their, their success, the UDA and all that. He has a very special heart when it comes to speaking to women, and especially even when it comes to grassroots mobilization. So right now, the group may look like it's not serving purpose, but I know if we keep and build it at its own appropriate time, it's going to evolve to something.
Oh, I am a member, but I just see like we are doing the same thing here, but we are going to go there and do something too. The other thing is Waja and those people, leaders. Please, can you be checking on the comments which we are getting from the chat section? Some are very dirty. Such a fresh.
They are very offensive, especially a man attacking a man. Not even women, a man attacking a man.
Kwani wanaume wamekuwa watoto. Ati mwanaume mzima naweka upuzi wake hapo mbele
I think those are the people who come in with bad intentions. I also read that one and was like feeling for them, Mheshimiwa.
He actually, you could see that he got so affected. They need to be blocked.
Yeah, in fact, I wish there is any way such a message can be deleted.
It is not everyone who is our friend over here. Please, you just have to know that.
Yes, we have so many people.
Some of us we are politicians. Some of us we are not. Some of some people here are not supporting Rigiji, so we have just to take that one. And then when you see something is happening and you're an admin or something, just take it out and then we move. Mr. James was saying something. I wanted to hear what he was saying before I leave. Yes, sir.
Is that who? TK?
Some people here are not supporting Rigiji, so we have just to take that one. And then when you see something is happening and you're an admin or something, just take it out and then we move. Mr. James was saying something. I wanted to hear what he was saying before I leave. Yes, sir.
Is that who? TK?
Some people here are not supporting Rigiji, so we have just to take that one. And then when you see something is happening and you're an admin or something, just take it out and then we move. Mr. James was saying something. I wanted to hear what he was saying before I leave. Yes, sir.
Is that who? TK?
Some people here are not supporting Rigiji, so we have just to take that one. And then when you see something is happening and you're an admin or something, just take it out and then we move. Mr. James was saying something. I wanted to hear what he was saying before I leave. Yes, sir.
Is that who? TK?
Some people here are not supporting Rigiji, so we have just to take that one. And then when you see something is happening and you're an admin or something, just take it out and then we move. Mr. James was saying something. I wanted to hear what he was saying before I leave. Yes, sir.
Is that who?